So last week I celebrated my 1-year anniversary at Porsche. The honeymoon period is over. But I love this place. What are you doing there, Mercedes? Signaling forever. As I was saying, I absolutely love working for the Porsche brand. It hasn't come without its challenges, though. Right now it's actually really, really slow. So the hours have not come easy. But this is technically really my first experience in this slowdown, though. Even though we get about 2 slow chunks a year. Last year when I first started, it was so much to learn with all the new to me procedures and things that I didn't really feel the slowdown or didn't feel that it was slow. And then in the winter, I volunteered to reassemble a large project that a coworker had started and had needed to take some personal time off. So I got to reassemble a Cayenne Turbo S that had the whole drivetrain removed. Hello, B. Please don't sting me. Wherever you are. So he had taken the whole thing apart, and I got to put it back together and do like a mild restoration on the vehicle, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But that prevented me from feeling the real slowness of winter. Or at least a good chunk of it. So I'm just gonna hustle when it picks up and take all the work that I possibly can. Stay late and come in extra if I have to. Oh, wow. Interesting approach. I'm just going to prepare for the slow seasons again. So I'll save vacation days for the slow points and maybe take a day or two off here and there. And then just work as much as I can without neglecting my family life and other responsibilities. Overall, I would say I've gotten much more comfortable with the brand. I know it was a big learning curve at the beginning, especially since all of the models are different from each other. So what you learn on one model doesn't necessarily translate to another model. Whereas with Volkswagen, a Jetta and a Golf, very similar. Tiguan, not much different. When you come into Porsche, a Macan, a Cayenne, a Cayman, a 911, all wildly different vehicles. Different powertrains, different suspension, and they each have their own unique way of being put together, and even like the diagnostics on certain systems are different from vehicle to vehicle. So that was a huge learning curve, coming from one brand to another, and then none of the models being similar enough to learn from. Was much different than I was expecting. The only thing that really translated from Volkswagen was the driver's assistance calibrations, and even those are quite a bit different in the procedure. At least the equipment that you use is identical, so setup is very straightforward and similar. It's just at Volkswagen we had to use the alignment rack for everything, or at least that's the way I was taught how to do them there. I never actually tried doing an adaptive cruise calibration without the alignment rack. And at Porsche you can do it without. Try not to take up the alignment rack with such a large shop, so many technicians that could potentially need it. I'm getting to learn the repair manual quite well as well now. You would think that since it's all under the Volkswagen Group umbrella, the repair manuals would be similar. From my limited Audi experience, when the store I was at was a dual brand store, the workshop manual and scan tool are functionally the same. And coming into Porsche, workshop manual and scan tool are entirely different from any other brand in the group. So that definitely took some learning. And that has its benefits too. At Volkswagen, the scan tool would track your diagnostic time based on like the clicks and the test plans you were running. And so you kind of felt like you were being supervised by Germany that way. But that also had its bonuses, because you could claim your what they call GFF time very easily. Whereas at Porsche, nobody's really holding your hand or asking you how much time you spent with the scan tool. So getting paid on warranty is totally different. And I'm still trying to learn that game. I expect it to take several years to be proficient. I know it did at Volkswagen as well. The difference with moving from then and now is I understand how the warranty game is played to an extent. Whereas when I started my career at Volkswagen, I had zero clue as to how that whole system worked. And I wasn't the best at claiming time at Volkswagen, but I was definitely quite a bit more comfortable by the time I was done there. As far as career progression, I can't see myself leaving Porsche. I absolutely love what I do, and I love the brand that I'm working for. I will say that if Bugatti or Koenigsegg ever wanted to offer me an opportunity, I would not say no. And I would consider Lamborghini, but in order for me to take a job with one of those three brands, I would most likely have to relocate, and that's not something I'm interested in again. I relocated far enough from my family just coming to take this job opportunity, and I wouldn't want to go even further. So it's like a full day affair to go and see my mom and dad or my wife's parents. And it makes it difficult for them to watch their grandkids grow up when they don't get to see them as often as they would like. So moving even further away would just take even more of that away from them, and I'm not interested in that. If you enjoyed my my little story time, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing. If you like this style of video, I typically will try to do 1 or 2 of these a week, as I have a nice commute where I can just share my musings about cars, bikes, career. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you. I typically respond to all of my comments, even the ones that I might think are slightly rude, but tone is very hard to translate. Also, I'm trying to live stream every Thursday at 9 p.m. I think I'm in the GMT -4 time zone. So swing by and check those out if you can. All right. If you're on 2 or 4 wheels, keep them on the ground and stay safe. And I will catch you in the next video. I suppose if you wanted to take 1 wheel off the ground, I'd be okay with that. Wink, wink.